Alrighty, my friends. So the next ship from you awesome people is a ship pack from Mr. Keese that we've been working through, called the Type Death by Keese version 75, I believe. Last one we did was Self-Made, which is, I think, was the first E-type ship. Yes. Self-made millionaire ship or whatever. So let's just go through the list next, which would be the Rustbucket. What a great name. The Rustbucket. If you're doing Hard no pause and Stealth B, what is the absolute best first jump result? Free pre-igniter. Free pre-igniter is the absolute easiest answer. I'm pretty sure there's no question. All right, this is the one that's got disconnected part of the ships, and we have radioactive over here. We're a coffin ship, apparently. All right, let's look at the description of the Rustbucket. Engi Cruiser Type E. Assembled from discarded parts from a junkyard, a portion of the ship was determined to be too unsafe for crew, and unfortunately the missiles and drone parts needed to maintain the systems in that wing of the ship are also needed for the ship's offense. So, drone control hacking O2 and backup battery are here. So, we have a defense scrambler. I'm a little worried. Does this ship have hidden breach sealant, slug repair gel? Because if it doesn't and we get breached in the drone control, I feel like we get soft locked. Because if our clone bay gets completely broken and breached, and we don't have slug repair gel, I guess maybe repair bomb. Okay, I guess repair burst is for that. I guess repair bomb and system repair drone are the counter to breaches. You don't get up left. This is purposefully sectioned off so that you have to defend it with an anti-personnel drone, repair it with a system repair drone, and repair your drone control with a repair bomb if needed. We've had like 1 or 2 ships like this in the past. It's very interesting. We have only missiles. Ugh. Hope we have a decent number of missiles and drone parts to start. Crystal Combat Drone Mark 1. Combat drone repeatedly attacks with a small crystal weapon that pierces one shield. That's pretty busted right there. Okay, well this looks quite interesting. The offense looks like it'd be quite strong. I'm a little worried, but okay, we have a decent number of consumables. Oh, the rebellion! Nice Gibbs. Nice Gibbs. I feel like it's missing explosions or something, but still looks really good on your Gibbs. Who do I want to move where? Slug on pilot. Engi on weapons. Yeah, this is probably good like this. This is thematically amazing. We're gonna have to see how it works, that's for sure. How will this work in practice? 25 drone parts, 16 missiles. We're gonna have to rely on the crystal drone, so I don't have to use like up all of our missiles. I think this is a ship where we can do our first upgrade into shields to start. Starts with a backup battery, that's cool. No doors on this. Silly device is not approved. No doors, but once you get doors, you can perma-vent that top left room. Thought you made a note to change mantis to rock for fires. Guess you forgot to do that. Final version, you said. Nah, it's fine, it's fine. We got double Engis for fires, so that'd be just bonus if you gave it a rock for fires. I have 2 powered down, so I can instantly turn on the crystal drone. I'm looking forward to how well this crystal drone performs. Version 76 on the way. Told you. Perfectionist never satisfied. Did you create with that the visual design of that? Because I like the design of the crystal. It's interestingly I maybe should have hacked the weapons. What's the word? Swarm's gonna double. I don't think I've used a swarm since the RPG missile mod. asymmetrical. Interestingly asymmetrical with the crystal covering the drone. It's quite interesting. Looks like a drone that Mr. Freeze would make. There you go. What's up, Scotch Pingu? 76 is so many versions. It is. I can't believe how much time Mr. Keys must have spent on this to create that many different versions to keep updating and fixing and stuff. I don't think I can sell anything here, so I think I skip the store. Just get shields. We need the drones for this part of the ship to not be broken and dead. We need the repair bomb for that. I would like something other than swarm missile for offensive aimable weapons, but I'm just going to skip the store and get second shields, my plan. Ship does not start with free flak, equals underpowered, not worth playing. Wow. Harsh words. You combine part of the art from the 2 crystal weapons into the Combat 1 texture. I like it. It looks really good. I could see a crystal drone existing in vanilla FTL. It'd be stupidly overpowered, but I could see it existing. This your very own coffin ship? Yes. You forgot it was Monday, sure late. No worries. It is our very own coffin ship. How many drone parts will I be using? If I get drone recovery arm, I could sell some drones here. And this crystal drone, I kind of want to keep. Problem is I won't be able to get defense drone and have all these other drones on my bar. This almost feels like a ship that needs a 4th drone slot. Excuse me. Feel like you need to finally make another Pie Boy ship soon too. I'd definitely play it, Pie Boy. I'd look forward to it. No human, bad ship. You can definitely put repair bomb in cargo later, but don't ever sell it in case drones get completely broken. Yeah. And that's the thing. I can't really put anti-personnel in storage because if I do, when I need it would be when we're boarded, which would be during a fight, and I can't put it on my bar. Maybe I could put system repair in storage and get a defense drone on my bar. I'm unsure. You recommend selling AP at the same time you buy doors. Oh, I guess we could sell it once we can vent. Okay, okay. I'm going to sell 3 drone parts. Sell 3. It might seem like a random number, but I do want some scrap. 3 is the loneliest number. Wait a second, that's not how that song goes. Disrupt my shields. Well, glad I upgraded my shields then. Stupidest event in the game. Let's see if this hits or not. Okay, perfect. Rise is about to fire. My drone beats your drone. It's pretty interesting that you're able to get the drone to shoot a crystal projectile, too. I also think, is that red light shaped slightly different than the combat drone's red light? I feel like I saw some little circle in it. I feel like the red light might be, you don't have to put on that red light. I feel like it might be slightly different. It's hard to see, it's so small. It's so small. But I think it might be slightly different. So if I go to 2 nebulas, I get 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Thinking about doing some streaming when the missus was at work this week, but she's not been well. Oh, I'm sorry she's not feeling well. Hopefully she doesn't have the coves. Whatever people call it now. We definitely had COVID going through my church job choir members right before the concert. Well, that's one thing I haven't talked about. I had a good concert yesterday. So we sang Beethoven's Piano Fantasy Opus 80 or something like that. And had a small little 6-person sextet. Lol sextet. Giggity. Where I sang the tenor part. Wow, achievement unlocked. I hardly lifted a finger. Destroy an enemy using only drones, no weapons. Ha! Alright. And it went really well, so that's what I was doing yesterday. And part of the reason why my voice is a little tired, and I'm just a little tired, apart from me staying up too late, you know. What did I say? YouTube rabbit hole. You had the idea for your next ship for ages? You don't want to spoil it, though. Cool. I look forward to being surprised by it. Okay. Okay, I am going to hack his weapons here. I probably shouldn't have sold those drone parts. Probably. This thing is not going to ever shoot what we needed to shoot, are you? Damn. Or at least his cloaking is down. So that's good. The problem is it's gonna get 2 volleys in the meantime of our hacking being down. Alright. Only a couple damage, not the end of the world. Although my brain is telling me that it is the end of the world. But brain, it's not. Alright, time to turn on system repair drone. Do your due diligence. What about the gig work so well? Well, it was like a dedication. So the church I'm at is one of the larger Methodist churches in Dallas, and the reason we had this concert was to something they called dedicating a piano. One of the members of the church gifted a concert grand piano that is probably one of the more expensive pianos you could buy that's not, you know, made of diamonds or gold or something. There's a brand of piano or piano maker in Italy called Fazioli. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And which this gift of this piano was probably $200,000 to $400,000, I'm guessing. So we had a big concert to show it off. And our concert, the piece we did is we did a bunch of different pieces, but the big solo piano feature was this Beethoven piece. And the piano solos was really good, and anytime I get to sing with a full orchestra and I have a solo part, even if it's a small solo part, is like, if I could do that full time, I wouldn't be streaming. If I could sing Mozart Requiems and Beethoven Ninth Symphonies and, you know, Duraflame Requiem tenor solos, which I don't even know exists, if it exists, that is what I would do full time if I had my choice. The problem is there's usually not enough gigs, or I'm not well known or skilled or connected enough to have those gigs full time. That anytime I do them, it's like fulfilling. It's like, this is what I was trained for, what I've auditioned for, what the gigs that I look for are concert solo gigs with full orchestra accompaniment. It's just always a blast. The first gig I did out of college was a Mozart Requiem and Texarkana, and I was like, this is what I need to do with my life. The problem is it's really hard to do that full time. It's about networking, it's about traveling, it's about... I don't know if there's anybody that does concert solo work full-time in the world. There probably are a couple, and they're probably not enough positions to have more than a couple people who actually do that full-time around the world, is my guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it's ideal solo singing classical gig opportunities, I guess. 5, 4, 2, 1. Anytime my church shop does those, it's very fulfilling to me. You lost the COVID-19 lottery. You managed to get through the hardest part of the epidemic, but now you're pretty sure you got it. Yikes. Well, hopefully getting it now means it's past when it's really bad and the medicine you can get works well and all that kind of stuff. We originally wanted this to be a flak drone that shot 2 shots per shot, but that ended up being impossible. It would have to fit the lore. It would fit the lore a lot better, though, yeah. Yeah, you can only put existing weapons on the drone, so you couldn't put a 4-shot flak or a 2-shot flak. It'd have to be the 3-shot flak, which is what makes black drones so OP. Your college had someone donate a Steinway grand piano in the concert hall. You told us 300,000. That was a mid-range option. Well, and I might be underestimating. Let me look real quick. Fazioli piano price. Let's see here. Fazioli piano. Paolo Fazioli. MSRP 261,000. And I don't know if I don't know. That's like a baby grand. Or is that a full grand? Full grand piano. I don't know. And you probably go into the higher end ones and pianos are not cheap, my friends. Concert grand pianos especially. So I don't know exactly how much the one that our church got, but it was probably at least 150,000, maybe upwards of 200,000 or 300,000. I don't know exactly. It's not something they advertise how much they spend. Go on tour doing FTL concerts, yeah. Paxlovid kicks ass, by the way. Go get you some of that, doctor permitting. Is that the medication for it? Oh, we have a second Sector 1 store. All right, thinking about your mortgage balance, then you're looking at that, then you're back to thinking about your mortgage balance. Holy, pre-igniter, long-range scanners, and Zoltan Shield bypass Batman. All right, let's go ahead and get... What I want is a weapon that doesn't use missiles, but what I'm going to do is buy long-range scanners right now. Because I don't think Zoltan Shield bypass is going to do a lot of work for this run. Paxlovid made your mouth taste terrible, but it worked. Yes, one of the people in my choir talked about their wife having it and had the metal mouth taste or something, which must be a common side effect, going by what you just described. Alright, hopefully I don't have to hack here. Docs say 5 days since first symptoms is mandatory sick leave. It's nothing major, luckily. If you had a highish fever for a day and muscle weakness, you get a few vaccinations. Maybe that's why you have it easiest. Well, I'm glad you're having it easy. That's good to hear. Alright, I need to pull the pilot. So I need to hit a room that is not... I'm going to hit engines here if I can. Yeah, that pulls pilot good. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Paxlovid. Wait, no, that's not how that goes. You did not lose your appetite, so that helped, and you kept chugging lots of tea. Nice. No missile ships so far this run? Only us. Oh my god, we've gotten 2 free fire bombs. I watch FTL approves of this run. Double free firebomb. I feel like the game might be trying to tell me something. Chat. Do, 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 do. Alright, that's pretty good Sector 1. Engi or Mantis? Do I want to store to sell these firebombs? The scary thing about Engi usually is either they're empty or they have anti-drone drones for our offensive drones, but we have a defense scrambler. So I'm going to go Engi for a store opportunity. You always thought Grotri and Steinweg is the same as Steinway, but they're actually distinct. Yeah, I've never heard of Grotri and Steinweg. However you say that. Never heard of that one. 2 stores. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, and then if we want to go to second store, we can go 3, 4, and across. Yes, the fire emote is perfect now. Rescue the store. Well, we have 2 stores. No, it goes great with another store. A quest with a store. Any non-missile weapons? Yes. Double fire beam. Double firebomb, fire beam build, everybody. Let's go. With 3 weapon slots. Sorry, Chad. I'm not even going to keep one. I actually think I want to get fire burst laser plus chain laser here. I think I actually want to do that. How much to get that online? 35. I can't quite do it, but I'm going to go for this. Because this does not use missiles. And it's 4 shots for 4 power, which is not ideal. But I can save my missiles for repair bombs, or if we get like a breach 2, or... you know, that one we just sold. There were doors I could have bought. The problem is, the ship not starting with doors means investing 60 scrap in doors really slows down your ability to upgrade offense or defense, so... Really? Wikipedia says Grotrian is famous for pianos? In the US, I see Steinways, I see... This is the first time I've seen Faziolis. Yamahas. And that's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. I'm not a pianist, though, so me not knowing about it doesn't mean much. Probably pianists do know about Grotrian Steinwegs. That's what it was called. You have an Eisenbach. Nah, that doesn't sound familiar to me either. Is this ship fun? It's, it is an interesting challenge to start. What I will say is Crystal Combat Drone is insane. Like, actually insane. So, this is like unaimable version of the OP weapons that Crystal A starts with is basically how I would describe this ship. Unaimable version of OP Crystal A weapons. Might be a crew kill here, but I'm not going to worry about that. Why does it feel like my Mantis is losing to his Mantis even when I have... I think I must have rolled low on every single attack there or something, because that was way closer than it should have been with us 2v1ing a Mantis with a Mantis plus Engi. He worked for Steinway and bought one of his factories and became a distinct company. Okay. Well, that almost sounds like something that might be more widespread in Europe, and we just don't have as many of them in the US or something. Because, I mean, part of the reason I probably haven't heard of Faziolis until now is because I'm pretty sure they're made in Italy, so getting them over to the US is probably super expensive. What do you think the shipping cost is on a 2-ton grand piano? 500,000 miles. I actually don't know how far it is. Distance. However far it is from Italy to Dallas, Texas. You know, what do you think the shipping cost is on something that costs multiple tons? I can't even imagine. Hey, Mantis gets me... Oh, I thought it got me human. It's human gets me Mantis. Whoops. 1 million miles. Something like that. Enter personnel is pretty fine most of the time, unless you get 5 Zoltan Border Police into your drone control. Then you go through 12 drone parts while taking 10 hull damage. Yikes. Yeah, reactor upgrade's not bad. At least it's not a map that I don't need. 9 scrap for a store and nothing really to sell. Sounds like not a good plan. More than $8. Yes, I'm guessing you can't get Amazon free shipping on that. Just get a free flak. Thanks for all your hard work, Chain Laser. Just get a free flak. I wish I saved that for yesterday. Not with that attitude. What, no free shipping with that attitude? I don't think my attitude affects shipping costs. Sadly. If my attitude could affect housing costs, I would not be paying double for rent than I used to be paying. So, sadly, attitude affecting costs doesn't sound like real world situations. They do have dealers in the US, but not in Texas. Sorry. Darn, I was gonna buy one of those. Actually, I had a keyboard that broke a couple years ago, and I need to get another one. And somebody on Facebook was selling a weighted keyboard for like $200 or something, and that's fairly cheap for a weighted keyboard. So Might have to look up, see if they're still selling that. I need a keyboard at home to practice music. Enough housing costs with profit motive. No kidding. Same with insurance, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's political. Is it political? I don't know if it's political. But it's something that politics would have to change, so that probably means it's political. Put it on my Amazon wish list. What's that? Oh, the keyboard with weighted keys? On Amazon, they're probably more like 300, 400 bucks. I used to sell keyboards when I was working at Music and Arts. And the good ones are like the decent middle of the road ones are like 700 bucks, I would say. A cheap one would be like 200 to 300. At least that was the price 6, 7 years ago when I was still working there. Probably higher now, honestly. Maybe someone will just buy it for you. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I have my Amazon wishlist available for... The only people who would buy it for me would be like my parents or something. And my dad has been sending me audio equipment, so I guess I could. Are you offering? That's my question. A car shipping between USA and UK costs 1K to 2.2K. Just the shipping cost? Okay. I guess the piano is about similar to a car. I don't want to be homeless. No politics, please. I know, right? How can we talk about anything when I want to avoid politics? I don't want to overpay for housing costs and go into bankruptcy when I break my foot. Sorry. Insurance prices are political discussions. You gave me $100 to help move, so you never know. Okay, all right. I'll try to remember. I'll try to remember to put one of those decent weighted keyboards on my Amazon wish list. It's a good idea. I should do that. I never put stuff on the wish list because if I need something, I'll just buy it. You know, that's the benefit of being an adult. As long as you're not super poor, you can usually buy the stuff you need. You know? And that's what's great about Twitch. As much as I complain about playing FTL, I do make enough of a living that I have a tiny bit of disposable income. Less now the new apartment than I did my old place. Can you enter drone control part with crew? No, you can't. That is the whole purpose of this ship. This ship is designed to have a separate side of the ship that is apparently radioactive that only drones could get into. It's pretty crazy. Hot tub stream first, then open up the Amazon wish list. Hot tub shirtless stream, then show everybody my Amazon wish list and do the cutesy anime girl stuff, I guess. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Some sound like that to get people to say thank you. Is that the anime girl sound you make when you do a hot tub? It's how the girls do it? Okay, cool. We have a flak one burst 2 now. Ooh woo! Is that the sound? I don't know how to make that sound. We don't have doors, Ogre, or I would vent it. Hopefully we'll get doors eventually so I can vent it, but sadly I don't have doors yet. Pros of being an adult. Nobody can stop you from buying things. Cons of being an adult. Nobody can stop you from buying things. That's right. Alright, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to sell this. This puts me behind in other stuff, but I would like to be able to sell the anti-drone drone. The anti-personnel drone. If I'm not buying anything with it yet, I'm not going to sell it yet, because it still gives me giant alien spider blue options. So. Can we get that laugh when the missiles hit, please? Get on it. Get on it. RPG nerdos, I'm sure. Oh man, I'm sure that would not be distracting at all. I'm accepting missiles to conserve drone parts. Door system you didn't notice? Yeah. Also a con. Usually have to pay yourself when you buy things. True. It's true. Unless you're a streamer, especially a hot tub streamer, then you just get everybody on your internet to buy it for you. Or have nice people like Shogi be like, dude, we need to play this game. Okay, wow, 60 bucks. Hold on. I've already bought it. You already bought it for me. Oh, okay. Thank you. Or Ramses or Pybor or the ridiculous, crazy, generous people in this chat. What's your specialty? Doors for 10. It's actually a really good deal. Doors are like 25, 35, something like that. I'll take that. Right after we bought doors, rewarded for buying doors. You only buy me games, regardless of shirt or no shirt. True. And I appreciate that. If I had to take my shirt off for you to buy me games, and I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I'd feel dirty about doing it, probably. Feel dirty about doing it. Depends on the game. How much do I want that game? Is there a bard in it? If so, maybe. Okay, what do you got? Let's go ahead and just turn this guy on. I need to kill the drone, actually. This guy's offense is pretty insane in an asteroid field. Ooh, if we weren't super strong, I would be really afraid of this guy. Okay, good dodges. I think that was a little early, that shot. Man, this one shield-piercing drone is super OP. Super cool. Dance, monkey, dance. You're a monkey, Derek. Dance for your supper gifts. Lifestyle. Do I care about a store? I don't know if I have anything to sell. Alright, this guy is shieldless. Which might mean he has level 3 cloaking. Good dodge. Yeah. Good frickin' dodges. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can greed the drone part here. Looking like no. That burst laser is about to fire, and the travel time means I need to do it now. Whew! Last possible second, man. Monty Python moment. Chorus. I chop down cheese. I hear wear high heels, suspenders, and a bra. I wish I'd been a girly, just like my dear papa. Good song, good song. And now for something completely different. I can't remember if I have anything to sell at the store. These are only 2 stores this sector. I have hacking, I want cloaking. I think I'm gonna skip the store. I just don't think I can get anything super useful from it with the weapons we have and current build being so strong. Yeah, I don't have anything that I could sell anti-personnel drone, I guess. That's the one thing I could sell. Solar flare, huh? Level 2 hack. We can back up battery. Alright, we'll go solar flare. We went into 2 asteroid fields and now a solar flare. These pirate sectors have really been hazardous to our health lately. No pun intended. Well, actually, I probably did intend that pun. What is wrong with me? Intending a pun. Not even the real Rand. Alright, I'm gonna turn on the drone. I was greeting for not using...
Fuck you, FTL. Fuck you.
Alright, so that is a double fire in my weapons. Damn it, game. Just damn it. Alright, double Engi, do your thing. Put that out instantly, please. Okay. Alright, not instantly, but our weapons did stay online, so that's something at least. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. So you go repair that. You know, it'd been really troll if the heal bay was on this side of the ship. But not only would that be trolly, that'd also be kind of unplayable, so thankfully. Thankfully, Mr. Keys did not do that kind of shenanigans. Maybe not unplayable, but it'd make it... It would be a useless system. Clone Bay was over there. That'd make for some interesting strats of purposely killing crew to get them on that side of the ship. We might have had a ship do that at one point. I can't remember. Freeboarders. Oh, they're not in the part of the ship that I was hoping they'd be in. Okay. Make it a clone bay, and then if a crew dies, stays banished in the other section. Yeah, it'd be a... I think that might have been what Pie Boy did with his ship that was kind of separated. It was something like a prison ship. So, but I can't remember how they got over there, to be honest. I think it was abduction strats or something. Mantis all the training, very good. Beep bum 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 bum. I wear high heels. Bum bum bum. You've been thinking about where it might be funniest to mod in the Rand anime girl laugh. You don't know if it's possible. It's specifically having that laugh play when artillery kills an enemy ship. Sounds pretty funny. We'd never hear it, except at the end of a run or Sector 1 on Fed A when we have no choice. And it's helping, but that would be pretty funny just out of the blue. I don't know if that's programmable, to be honest, if you can have it play just when specifically a ship dies from artillery. I don't know if that's possible. Sounds like it would be to me, but... Oh, man. Alright, asteroid field. So our next goal is to get cloaking, which we are far away from that happening. I'm going to get one more power, one more dodge is what I'm going to do right now. The only one who has a reason to feel dirty is Rex Kwando, aka Shogi. That look he gave Lae'zel. I mean, we were the voyeurs watching them get it on, so... It's crazy to me that the community asked for... Apparently, originally there weren't naked people in Baldur's Gate 3, and then people asked for it to be modded in, and then the devs just went, we'll just put it in. That's what I heard. That's what I think either you all told me or I heard on YouTube or something. It's crazy to me that they just have naked sex scenes in Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. Okay, let's heal. This. We'd hear it when you're trying to crew kill and forget to turn off the helpful system, but yeah, you don't know if it's possible either. Seems unlikely. Yeah, I don't know all the rules for what you can soundbite and all that. You clipped it, not how they got it on, the look in our comments on it. Okay. Great, great. The clip will outlast the stream. Well, it's gonna kill my drone parts, isn't it? That's annoying. Okay, I didn't yet, so that's good. Missile down first, then we'll go for hacking so that we hopefully won't have our drones get killed by the hacking. Good hits. No dodges. We've locked them into the weapons, which is not ideal. It's just funny that the character that Shogi ended up romancing was the most aggressive dominatrix, mean female character we've run into so far. For the earworm tunes. Oh, thanks for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. You can thank Ben Prunty for those. Or are you saying because I sang I'm a lumberjack that you typed out. My pleasure. What do we want to do? We want to get cloaking. I don't know what I want to upgrade next. Probably third shield or cloaking. Our weapons are probably good enough for a while. You decided to take some best of clips like you one-shotting the sleeping guy. Okay, nice, nice. You're gonna do a little like montage video? That'd be pretty awesome. Free crew or what is this again? It's like engines or power or scrap. Work all night and just sleep all day. That's right. If I lend me your, if I lend you my editor, yeah, you mean me? No, I'm not editing. I'm not. Unless I'm putting it on my YouTube channel, I'm probably not going to do any editing. I do not like editing. Just get a free crew. All right, well, overflowing with Engis. Welcome aboard, silly device. Editing is just so much work, man. It's so much work. Only way to get 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess. Things Rand loves: missiles, math, and editing. There you go. I watched like 4-minute video yesterday. I was in the YouTube rabbit hole for a while. 4-minute video, like how to make a metal song with only bass ukulele or something like that. You know, some random music themed video. Nice. Asteroid hit that thing, and it was pretty amazing. And at the end of the video, it goes, "Thanks for liking. If you liked, please hit subscribe because I spent 10,000 hours editing this." 10,000 hours. I don't know if that was a lie or an exaggeration, because that's probably not true. But that's probably how it felt. 10,000 hours of editing. Bardcore, is bass ukulele even a thing? Oh yeah, it is. There's lots of different. There's tenor, alto. There's lots of different versions of ukuleles, I'm pretty sure. It's only 1.4 years. That's a full-time job for 5 years. Okay. I don't remember the exact number he said, but I think he said 10,000 hours. He probably just pressed 1, put a bunch of zeros. That's a joke, but you know, that's how it feels to me when I have to edit things, that it takes so many hours. No, it wasn't Bardcore. It was some random music streamer that I'd never watched before. Music YouTuber. I don't even remember the name because I don't think I've seen any of other of his videos. Sure, he's great, but I just don't know his name, so I won't be showing a link to that one. I will not be showing links to every YouTube video I watched yesterday because that would be a lot of links, and it'd be the entire stream because of how many hours I spent doing that. What's up, Nietzsche? 1 Googleplex of hours, yes. Because not only did he have to edit the video of him, like, you know, what music people will do on a lot of their YouTube videos is they'll have little clips of them doing this to show the sound they make for the camera, and then they edit going back and forth with different instruments at different times, on top of the fact they have to do the actual music editing to have all these little sounds in, you know, Fruity Loops or whatever audio software they do. It's just, people who have never done audio or video editing have no idea how much insane amount of work it is to do all that stuff. It's crazy how many hours editing takes. Far more than like just probably writing an arrangement for a song, or like writing the words out to a song, coming up with some chords. That's easy compared to editing and mixing and, you know, producing and all that kind of crazy stuff. Each year at work at overtime could be better. Yikes. At least it's a night shift. More money for less work is bay. That's good. You did have some good time off though, right? Didn't you have some time off, if I remember correctly? So you're paying it back now, it sounds like. Did I get a free scrap recovery arm? I don't even think I noticed that I got that. So busy talking about random crap. Thank you for the 100 bits, Flurchin. Gotta fill that shaker. I missed it when you did that earlier. Okay. Defense 2 drone. It's got pretty good weapons. I think I do want to do this. Just turn this on. Alright, we're doing pretty well on drone parts. I'm actually going to hack the shields right now. I just don't have quite enough power for all this stuff. But I'm going to do. Should have probably done that earlier. Nice. You were off for 4 months. Okay. That was for your hand injury? How is your hand doing? I assume it's better if you were back at work. I got it for the missiles. I got what did I get for the missiles? The scrap recovery arm. Oh, I gave away missiles and got that. Holy crap. Okay. If you can make vanishing ink and opus magnum, you can edit a video, surely. Vanishing ink and opus magnum. Oh, wow, there's a throwback. Yeah, probably. Probably. Is it more or less work? I don't know. I've never made vanishing ink, and I don't remember if I made vanishing ink in that. Also depends on how much editing you are willing to do in said video. So I wanted to get, yeah, my goal should be cloaking or third shield this sector. I think learning how to edit videos isn't the thing. It's how much work it takes. I think learning isn't the things. I'm not sure I understand your sentence there. Oh god, 3 shields, okay. Oh, I have to choose either shield hack or weapons hack, and I'm gonna go with shield hack. Okay, well, a laser's offline, so that's something. But he's got double missiles, so what you gonna do when they cheat on you? Bad FTL, bad FTL. Okay, missile down. Perfect. Missile is down. I mean, I like Mantis Crew, but not more than scrap right now. Your hand is good. Still doing strength exercises and taking it a little easy, but almost completely better. That's awesome. Glad to hear it, Nietzsche. After a year of one thing after another, finally 0 health issues. Man, if that's not worth celebrating. Did you have a way to celebrate? I don't know, have a family dinner or something? You should have definitely celebrated that. That sounds awesome. Ba-do-do-do. I'm using my drone parts. I really don't want to sell anymore. I sold 3 once, and I was a little leery of doing that. Okay. There's cloaking. Perfect. Do I keep the burst laser 1? I get no more weapons. I get a firebomb when I sold 2 firebombs that I got for free this run. I'm going to sell the scrap recovery arm, even though it's meme-tastically amazing. We do that so we can get cloaking, some fuel, a couple repairs. I will say Mr. Keys' ships, when we play viewerships, have been the more closer to vanilla balanced ships than other ships, so it's both a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it's tough to find that balance. It's bad because I like playing OP ships on viewership day, but it's still pretty well done that Mr. Keys has been able to do that. We had a massive Chinese takeaway to celebrate, since you couldn't eat bad food while you had the gallstones issue. Yikes. Well, all right, that's one way to celebrate. Overloading on crappy food. I mean, Chinese takeaway. I guess we call that takeout. But yeah, sounds like one way to celebrate.
How did you die?
dodge everything. What? Nice. I think you call takeaway what we would say take out. I think that's the equivalent. So now it's time to have a discussion about, well, are you taking it out or are you taking it away? Oh God, who's right? Oh man. Language differences. Oh man. Let's have an internet argument about it. 63 scrap. So I want to get third shield and fourth dodge next, or a weapon upgrade. Maybe even a weapon value before I do that. You know, I'm going to do weapon value first. We just got cloaking for defense. Let's get weapon upgrade for offense. Protection. Shut down my engines. Okay. Okay, good. And we can cloak the laser. Okay, good. You're safe. Beautiful. Don't need to argue. You speak my language, therefore Americans are always wrong. No argument needed. I win. Yeah, cool. My freedom begs to differ. Who's the freest? Land of the free, home of the brave free people. We made up our own language called freedom. Eat it. Get wrecked. Freedom language wins. Cause guns and freedom. Free borders. Okay, that's fine. Are there dudes in here, or is it just these dudes? Just these dudes. Okay. Alright, so make sure the Mantis gets the fighting training. While I no pause for no reason. I show some freedom to your face with my ass, America. America. America with my ass. Let's see. I thought it was America. I thought it was America. Alright, wow, alright. Well, I will say this crystal drone should get through his Zoltan shields pretty quickly, but that is one strong ship. Especially in Texas. Weren't some of your politicians trying to make Texas a breakaway country at one point? I mean, it's a bit of a meme, but also... I think when that was happening was a long time ago. Not like in recent history or anything. Although recent history, there will be stupid people that will say, secede! Those are also stupid people that are racist people that I don't want to quote, so a lot of them probably are anyway. Still about the compromise, said about the compromise of 1850, I guess so. Nope, not taking that. $66 scraps. So I can get shield value if I want. Man, a lot of ship fights I couldn't get. Yeah, let's do that. Pulls on tin can string to argue louder. String breaks. Okay. Well, that's free stuff, man. Man, this is not even a bad dive. 1, 2, that's not great. I thought that distress was at 3. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I think I'm going Zoltan. Oh, man. I think I go Zoltan so I don't have Force Zoltan. Or do I go Rock and get some upgrades to maybe have some protection from Rock Live Mine? I mean, if we get Zoltan Shield, it wouldn't be the end of the world. My anti-boarding's not amazing. I am yawning like crazy today, Chad. I am sorry. I cannot control my yawns. Alright, do we do the whole debate thing where we look for empty jumps or not? I'll like mix and match, I think. Here, do I get door upgrade? I can't. I do have level 2 doors though. If they board over here, at least they'll be vented. But they will do system damage is the problem. Border police hype, yes. Okay, you have a lot of defense drones and they are all canceled. Engi repair party, alright. I'm worried about my drone part numbers, and that's with me only selling 3 that one time, so I need to not use an offensive drone here and just only use hacking. Try to use 1 drone part per fight is my probably goal here to stay flush on parts. Stasis pod to scientists, here we go. Kappa. Is that the Crystal Homeworlds quest you're talking about? With the stasis pod I never keep? A defense drone stopped a shot. Augment broken. Did it? I don't think it did. I think if it looked like it did, their laser probably shot it down and it just looked like it came from a drone. That would be my guess. Because they can't, defense drones can't shoot while they're scrambled. Oh, it stopped it with his body. Oh, okay, my bad. Okay. Sorry, you didn't put Kappa, and also I apparently am vacuous when it comes to jokes. It's a 4-person heal bay. I did not know until this second. Cool. Mantis gets all the fighting training. Beepa, 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 beepa. Beepa, 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 beepa. Oh, it's weapons room. No wonder that heal bay had 4 slots. That heal bay was a weapons room. I love it when I have a 4-person heal bay weapons room. Can you tell I'm a little out of it today? It's a good thing I'm not trying to do hard mode no pause today. It's a good thing. I'm phoning in my work day today is what I'm doing. Stiff dough, that is not... Hear them out that I'm looking for. I better keep these prevented for the police. And not the ones with featuring Sting. Okay. Well, I use 2 drum parts here. I'm gonna try to avoid using them.
Wow, big surprise. He dodged just enough for me to do 0 fucking damage.
Okay, that's good. Missile's back online. It was down for like a fraction of a second. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think that's a 2 damage missile too. Let's go rare stiff dough event. Is it actually that rare? I feel like I get stiff dough all the time. I feel like I'm swimming in stiff dough. Swimming, I say. You're just phoning it in at your work too, Taters? Nice. At least I'm not alone. Just phone it in, chat. Just phone it in. If you're watching me while you're at work, you are definitely phoning it in at work right now. Nietzsche, Taters. Good job. Way to phone it in. Let's buy some fuel. So I won't have the mind control counter. But I have the slug pilot. Our systems are done. Oh, And even if I find Hear Them Out, I have a feeling I'm going to have to dive for it. The Zoltan Shield quest is my guess. But I'll look for it. I'll continue to look for it up here. You work from home and you're self-employed and you're watching me. Are you phoning it in? Absolutely. Hear Them Out. Freaking called it, man. Did I call it or did I call it? Freaking knew it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double dive. Is there any way to not double dive but only single dive? Green Man is worth. Talking about Envoy, huh? Well, either way we do it, we're going here first, so I'll have to think about it. Okay. Alright. I love it when I'm in a Zoltan sector and I get free Mantis borders. It's my favorite. Alright, I better hack this guy's weapons. That's double frickin' missiles with quadruple Mantis boarding. Jesus. Okay, I want you out of there so I can unvent that room. I'm gonna have to pause like crazy on this fight. This fight, if I wasn't on pause, would be a nightmare. It's already a little nightmarish. Frickin' Mantis Bomber with this double missile build. Free borders plus extra goddamn borders. Jeez. Frickin' Mantis ordering takeaway. Oh my god, they're dodging over half my shots too. Okay. Engi was repairing. Okay. The good thing is I think this is a breach missile with how slow it's charging. God damn it. They keep boarding in my fucking doors, man. I can't vent you when you do that, you shitty free Lanius board, whatever you are, Mantis borders.
What the hell?
Thank God for the dodge. Frick. The downside of having living drones, they won't get vented out of that room. So I lose my drone parts. Well, I guess I just vent him anyway. I need shields. Remember what I said about this being a nightmare of a fight? If I didn't have pause? Jesus Christ. F your double missile using bonus Mantis having Engi repair wielding frickin' ship, man. What an insane ship this was. Thank God I'm allowed to pause. I would be so stressed if I was doing this fight on no pause. I swear. I swear. By the moon and the stars in the sky. Okay. Not that good of a reward for how frickin' hard that fight was. Not very good at all. Crap, I'm losing out on chat. You just saw Dave Portnoy's review of Little Caesars and he gave it 4.8 out of 10. You feel he was being generous. I don't know who Dave Portnoy is. Is he a YouTuber? How does that compare to other places? Did he compare it to Pizza Hut and Domino's and, I don't know, Round Table or other things? What are the other big ones? Papa John's. Feel he was being generous, eh? All right, now I have to decide: is Zoltan Shield worth a double dive? You know what? It might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, if I was here in 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have cloaking hacking to go with our Zoltan Shield. I think I'm gonna go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dive. I think I'm going for it. His YouTuber goes around to all pizza places in America and finds the best pizzas. How the hell did he get that job? Like, it blows my mind sometimes that there are people who, like the YouTuber that I watched yesterday, whose YouTube job is to go around and learn every martial arts school to compare them all. What did he do before that? How the hell did you get that job? It's like the guy who wins the Food Network competition, host competition. Just skip it. Just go directly to YouTube. Get famous there. He must be really funny or entertaining to have, to be able to do that, and that's like all he does on YouTube. Or maybe he does lots of food reviews or something. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. When he said Little Caesars, that is the Ebola pizza, as Shogi calls it. He started Barstool Sports Channel on YouTube. Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that a popular sports YouTube channel? I don't really watch sports. I might have heard of Barstool. Maybe I've heard of that. Man, am I gonna go all in on this dive? If I get Envoy, this dive... Cloaking, hacking with Zoltan Shield would not be a terrible dive. Cloaking, hacking with no Zoltan Shield and an Envoy does not sound great. Frickin' hell, let's risk it. Let's risk it for the biscuit. And so we're going to do that by getting the cloaking cycle up. I will get our engines and power upgraded to plan for this dive. And hope it's Zoltan Shield and not frickin' Envoy. I don't need my drone parts. I'm getting to the point where I need to start spending scrap at stores for drone parts. What's the crystal drone you have? It is basically a combat drone that pierces one shield. It's super OP. The problem is the ship doesn't start with drone recovery arms. So since I'm hacking... Since the ship starts with hacking and drone control, you run out of drone parts even when you start with 25. Alright, here we go. True progress. Alright. We got our Zoltan Shield. And it is very, very green. It is the Kermit the Frog Zoltan Shield. Now the double dive sounds less scary. No green man, thank goodness. I'm going to try to conserve some drone parts if I can. It sounds like what I should do if I really want to get famous is, now that we've built such a huge following for FTL, I need to now figure out something else to do that more people will be interested in. Oh, you're killing my drone parts, which would be, I don't know, reviewing burger joints in the US or something. Although I probably would have to be more entertaining, because I'm guessing that Dave Portnoy guy's funny and entertaining. Go review all the burger joints in the US. There's probably somebody who's already done that, honestly. Compared Wendy's to McDonald's to Whataburger to In-N-Out to White Castle. I've never actually been to White Castle, though. Whataburger better than In-N-Out. I agree. I agree. Alright, I will do this upgrade because we can have an offensive upgrade like this. We have Hack 2, Cloak 2. Time to see if the dive for Zoltan Shield kills us. Let's find out. Never been to Weiss Castle? You're not missing out. Okay. I assume it's kind of like Whataburger, where some people are like, oh man, it's the best thing when you're high or whatever. But if you live by it, you're like, it's nothing special. Because for me, Whataburger is like, it's a fine burger place, but there's nothing really special about it. I choose non-Whataburger places more than I choose Whataburger. Of course, I don't go to fast food burger joints all that much. I go to small places that are like more local burger places than chains that much. It's effing disgusting. Well, how would you describe McDonald's? Because I feel like some people describe McDonald's burgers that way. Funny way to lose here is they hit drones plus O2 and you can't swap in repair bomb for 2 jumps. With cloaking and running away, I don't think I'd actually die to that. Your thermostat appears to be having issues. Minus 500 degrees. Okay, that does look like it's having issues. You live in KC. Is that Kansas City? Oh, damn. They just messed up my dodges there by doing that. 90%? Okay, it's not 0. Thank you. Just got Whataburgers this year, so I haven't been there. Freddy's is awesome. I don't know if I've been to Freddy's either. Doesn't sound familiar. Plug Homer Engi. Do I care about a store with 3 fuel? I mean, three drone part. What is this called? Scrap. I think we go slug here. People remember going to Whataburger with their Little League team. That's why they like it. Kansas City, Missouri. Your favorite city name. Yeah. What state is that in? Kansas? No. Missouri? Yes. Wait. Mississippi? No. Somebody on YouTube was like, how can you not remember MI? It's so easy. I think they were trolling because then they listed like 4 different states that had MI in it. And I was like, I don't know if this is a troll or if they really are surprised I can't keep Michigan, Missouri, Mississippi, Minnesota. And I think I missed one too. Why I couldn't keep those straight and why I didn't know which one started with MI or which abbreviation was MI. Like Paris, Texas. Like, why would you use another country or city or state's name as your city name? That's like internet trolling back in the 1920s. You know, it'd be funny if people came here and we called it Paris and like, wait, did I just end up in France? That'd be great, man. That is the internet trolling of, you know, 16, 17, 1800s. Naming your city or, I don't know, county after a very famous, well-known other city, country, part of the world. I don't want to use my drone parts here. Come on. Okay, missile down. Perfect. We've got another one that could be MA in Maryland. Maybe that's the one that the YouTube commenter was talking about. Or at least add a new to it. Yeah. I feel like that's what America did when, you know, we rebelled. We can't think of city names. What do they got? A York? Let's make a New York. Well, they got a Hampshire? Let's have a New Hampshire. They got a Jersey? Let's have New Jersey. Can we come up with new names? We are. They're new names. Pun not intended. Arizona is AZ, Alaska is AK. In Germany, there are 40 cities called Newtown, Neustadt. Really? 40? Yeah, they're even lazier in Germany than we are in US, I guess. Missouri, Michigan, Mississippi, Minnesota, and Maryland we forgot for MA. Okay. And we forgot MMA for mixed martial arts. Oh, man. We're getting some training here, I guess. Keep this guy on shields. We get this. Oh, keep this guy on shields. If I keep him there, I mean, murder him with a laser. Lots of M states there are. I think there's more M states than any other letter. But, you know, I'm no historian. Or geographist. Or American, apparently. Alright, hurry up and die, person. Hurry up and die. Is that rude? Sorry. But hurry up and die so we can move on. Move along, move along. Right, I'm going to the store to buy drone parts. Lots of A states, too. Okay. Clone Bay, you know what? Without mind control... Well... So, for no mind control counter, what are we going to do for the boss fight? For no mind control counter. Maybe Heal Bay is better. If I can force the mind control people to fight in Heal Bay, that might be better. So, I think I will keep Heal Bay. And I think I will also... I buy a crew. I need to buy the drone parts. I'm going to buy all the fuel. Just enough for an Engi if I want. Okay. What are a bunch of A states? Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Alaska. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Free borders. Stop ordering the Mantis dinner, please. Mantis dinner, stop it. States starting with A or M make up 12 of the total number of states. Only 12? I thought it'd be more than that. $12 out of 50, huh? What are those odds? I don't even know. That sounds like math on stream. And we don't advocate that here. This discussion makes me think of the... what is it? Animaniacs thing where Yakko sings the... like all the states or all the... capitals of the states or something. It's about a quarter of them. Quarter-ish, 24. Okay. 12 out of 50, exactly. Oh, I don't have my cloaking upgrade yet. Whoops. Mistake. Alright, we better hack shields and finish this fight quickly so I don't lose all my crew. 12 out of 50 equals 24 out of 100, which is 24%. Oh, okay. That does sound like good math. Wave beam online cannot damage 3 shields, so we are safe. You know, there's one where he sings all the countries. Yeah. Those are great. Those are great. And I think that guy, I've seen YouTube videos, that guy still does those songs. Like, he just still has them memorized or something. Crazy. Let's get this for worrying radiation. I'm barely paying attention to this run because I'm kind of out of it and just chatting while we play this game. That's why FTL is the best streaming game. You can barely pay attention. And it's, you know, as long as your run is not getting wrecked, you can interact with chat. I don't want to auto-fire this, actually. 13 drone parts. Okay. Beautiful. I think it was like a video of him doing it that like at a con somewhere. What do you call those? Like fan cons, fam cons? I don't know which one. Maybe there's a voice acting con or something, or just a Comic Con or something that he would have done that at. Fun chat topic. You finished the Wheel of Time recently. Oh, did you? I assume you mean the book series and not the TV series, since they've only had a second season with 3 episodes out so far. All right, all right. So we don't want to get into spoilers, but do you have a favorite character? Now, I'll start off my discussion. Who's your favorite character in the Wheel of Time? Say that again tomorrow about not needing to pay attention. Yeah, I know, right? It was very much the books you finished. You find the TV show tough. Yeah, the first season was not great. I have a lot of issues with the first season. So we won't talk about the TV series to start with. But I am interested characters that you liked. Nynaeve would say ended up being your favorite. Really? Okay. I used to call her Nineveh, but I think it's supposed to be Nynaeve. It's supposed to be how you're supposed to pronounce that. Yeah, Nynaeve's pretty a badass. What did you think of the style change once you went from Robert Jordan to Brandon Sanderson? Did you find it jarring? I would ask. Did you find that jarring or not? Or was it a relief after how verbose and kind of overindulgent Robert Jordan seemed to get in the later books, where he would spend pages and pages describing a tent flap or something? You have your own way of say loads of different names that you know are incorrect, but it made sense in your head. Yeah. You just come into some Wheel of Time talk? You did. Dragon Gawain, you did. Scottish Pingu just finished Wheel of Time. So perfect timing. You didn't find it jarring, Thaln, but it did get intense, yeah. Okay, Asti the Goods. Continue. Slug member. Good. Ooh, those weapons are pretty good. For me, it was awkward because I'd read the Robert Jordan books for so many years. And I'd read a bunch of Brandon Sanderson before he started doing the Wheel of Time stuff. So it felt, I don't know if jarring was the word, but it almost felt like I was starting to read a new series, almost. Even though it was the same characters and it was a continuation of the story, it almost felt like a new series to me. Which, in some ways, were good, because there were a lot of things that Robert Jordan was doing in his later books that was like, can we just get on with the story, you know? But in other times, it was like, Brandon Sanderson doesn't quite do some things that Robert Jordan did better than anyone else. But it was nice to actually have the story finally move back along. It's how I felt. How many books is Wheel of Time? Yeah, 14. I think that's right. I think there were 10, 11, or 12 that Robert Jordan wrote, and then 2 or 3 that Brandon Sanderson had to finish. Or it was going to be 2, and then it became 3 because it was too many pages or something. I forget exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Hopper is the best character. Hopper's pretty badass. My brother loved Perrin and Hopper. Yeah. All right, here it is. Mind control plus this. All right, let me get caught up in chat before I start this. I think what you found was that Sanderson was more straightforward, a little less poetic, but faster paced. That's a good description of it, yeah. Less poetic, but faster paced. I like that. If you're a huge fan of the books, you really enjoyed most of the series. It got dragged out a bit in the end, though. And Sanderson's style was certainly noticeably different in some places. I think he did a better job than anyone else could have done to finish the series, yeah. I mean, basically, if you have somebody like Robert Jordan, who his poetry, his style is so unique and interesting and draws you in. And you have Brandon Sanderson, whose prose is not that great, but he comes up with amazing systems, great action scenes, and good character arcs. And you kind of took his finishing of Robert Jordan's characters. It was an interesting end to it. It felt a little like I didn't get the full fulfillment that if Robert Jordan had finished it, but it felt like I got a finished product that we may not have gotten if Robert Jordan lived and never finished the book, because it's kind of like George R.R. Martin. He needed inspiration or something to finish his books or something. So it was an interesting dichotomy or something. There are 15 books if you count the prequel. Yeah, I did read the prequel, the one that's about Moraine and Lan, I think. God, the mind control. Okay. Okay, I really need to not crew kill my own crew here. Really want to not crew kill my own dudes. Come on, wear off mind control, please. This guy's got cloaking, mind control, free hacking, free boarding with this shit. It's the dumbest event in the whatchamacallit sector, whatever this sector is called. Slug Dam sector. This right here is, because he has cloaking and mind control, gets free teleporter and free hacking on your heal bay. This guy basically has more systems than the player's allowed to get, and why I get so salty at this event and no pause. Because this guy basically has 4 systems when you can only get 3, with the free boarding plus free hacking bonus systems. But we wrecked him. Get wrecked. Sanderson took over in book 12. Sounds like a lot like the Dune books. His son, Kevin J. Anderson, took over once Frank Herbert passed away. Found that the last few books incredibly satisfying, but you don't think some of the early ones rate as your favorite. Well, and it's probably less jarring when you read it from start to finish and don't have years of separation between the books. Because I started reading the books at around book 7 or 8, maybe even earlier than that. So every time a new book came out, I was so excited. And then the time between when Robert Jordan passed and Brandon Sanderson started writing was another number of years. So that separation, I feel like, played a big difference in how it felt like a little bit of a letdown, even though it was a relief to get a conclusion. It didn't feel like it had the same payoff that it might have had if, you know, there wasn't that break in between. Hull repair drone. Yeah, I'll buy this. I feel like I might still need even more drone parts. What sector are we in? We're only sector 6. Okay. Alright, I'll buy both drone parts. I'm gonna sell anti-personnel. I'm just gonna do it. Put hull repair. If I get a defense drone, I'll want to use that. I feel like many accomplished authors have that, where the later books either get too artsy or poetical, where you read like 5 pages and think, that's all very nice. Can we get on with the story? Yeah. I guess that's maybe why I like Brandon Sanderson, even though a lot of people criticize him. Thank you, FTL Hard, for the follow. For his prose not being very good, his actual writing and dialogue not being very good. He doesn't get bogged down by the details or the dialogue or too much character interaction. It's his stories about world building, about the action, about magic's systems, about surprise story twists, not in the M. Night Shyamalan way, but in the, oh wow, this is how we beat the bad guy. That's cool, you know, that kind of thing. It's often a surprising way of using his unique magic system that lets the, you know, hero win or whatever. Books 4, 5, and 6 were the highlight of the series for you. Yeah, the times. What was it like? Great Hunt is 2. I don't know, the times when Rand is really learning about his powers and becoming super OP and like discovering things about the world, I think are some of the best parts of it. Wish we get a Dark Tower series. You refuse to watch the movie adaptation? Dark Tower series. Talking about the Stephen King books? There is a Dark Tower series. I don't understand. As your sister has put it, Raymond Feist should have stopped at the Empire trilogy. Rand is Puff the Magic Dragon, sure. I could do 3, but there's no value out of getting a 3rd jump, so. You mean a TV series? Oh. I don't know. I know it's Shogi's favorite, but Dark Tower is too Stephen King weirdness for me. There's just so many. I've only read a couple of Stephen King's books, and they all have this weird sexual weirdness in them, in all of them. Always somebody who's got some weird fetish, or likes to molest people, or who's the African American female character's got some weird thing going on. He just has this gross sexual stuff in it that always bugs me. That I can't read that many of his books. Engi Homeworlds or Uncharted Nebula? Do I care about a store? I wouldn't mind another crew-killing weapon. Let's go to Engi Homeworlds. You like Brent Weeks for that reason? He's not the most eloquent of writers, but he has his own magic systems, decent plot twists. Pacing is also okay. Yeah, I've read some of his stuff. I like Brent Weeks. You can never enjoy It because of that stuff, yeah. They didn't adapt that scene in It for the movie. I don't even know what that scene is because I've never read it, because I don't want to read weird sexual stuff. Now, kids are getting it on in It. Yeah, I feel like that is in every one of his books. There's some weird thing like that. Nobody molests anyone. Okay. Well, then it's probably kids having sex or something weird, and I don't know what it is, and I don't want... It's a child orgy. Great. That's all I need to hear. I will never read the book. I don't need to. Dark Tower also had some odd moments. Worst ending ever, he thought. Shogi's gonna argue with that. He loves Dark Tower, I think. Never read it. I'm not going to. Or are you saying you've never read it? Something about losing their innocence saves them from the clown. Jesus. That's how they get saved? Ugh. Let's move on, yeah, please. Even the beginning of Pet Cemetery couldn't get past because of stuff like that. Yeah. Dark Tower's your favorite fantasy series. Great writing, great characters. You understand it's not someone else's cup of tea. Yeah. That's why that's part of the reason I can't stand George R.R. Martin. I don't know that he does that much stuff, but like, it's almost the first scene in the book when the two Lannisters are together, and it's like, really? Instant incest? Is this your writing style? Instant? Let's get to the magic and the dragons and stuff. No, we have to have weird, bloody dragon sacrifices and forced, stuff that I don't want in my books, That's like Stephen King and George R.R. Martin say have similar style in the whole. That's the stuff I don't want to read about. Just finished Ed's Dancer today. Now reading Oathbreaker. Oh man, that is my favorite series from Brandon Sanderson. All things Stormlight Archive. All things Stormlight Archive. That is. Anytime there's a new one of those, I'm super psyched. King went pretty public with a drug addiction, so you don't know why people would be surprised. There's some weird stuff. Yeah. Rock ship is getting massive value from their rock plating. Did that guy just resist like crazy? Yeah. I'm hoping for a defense drone or an anti-drone drone at a store, or maybe a weapon to replace burst laser 1. It's looking like we might not get any of that. Okay, we have enough fuel. This is the Engi quest. We need a crew kill. It's based off the War of the Roses in European history. Royal families were all like that. Okay, well, I guess there's a reason for it. It's also a reason I don't read history or like talking about that kind of stuff. So, I guess I understand the reason. Doesn't make me want to read it anymore. Then I would even if it weren't based off that kind of historical stuff. Alright, too bad. Ignore him and kill him. Wait! Don't taunt the guy who's killing you. Got a dozen books laying around, but instead of reading them, you spend your time waiting on web novels to be updated. You really enjoyed the story of Dark Tower. The journey had lots of good points. It's just that ending sucked. I don't remember too much about it, and I don't want to spoil it and talk about it. I do remember that there were a lot of things about it that I just... It's Stephen King writing. There's some cool stuff. The world building is cool. The idea of a fantasy cowboy pistol slinging magician. It's pretty cool. I just and I read the entire series. There's just, you know, it's just Stephen King writing. It's just not for me. Maybe I'm too Care Bear in my fantasy. Just like I don't want a lot of sex scenes in my video games. I just want good gameplay, good mechanics, interesting combat systems, etc., etc. Okay. So that is our Engi quest. Do I care? 1, 2, 3, 5. I have to dive once for it. It's free repair, drone reactor booster, or titanium system casing, one of those things. It might be worth it. I think the ending was perfect. It took some serious thinking to get it. King is pretty well known for not knowing how to finish his books. You 100% appreciate that Rand read it all the way through before making the decision that the overall story writing's not for him. Yeah. I mean, I got, for way of, 1, 2, 3, let's do it. For, George R.R. Martin, what is his thing? Game of Thrones. I read 3 of them. And by the third one, I think there were only 3 out when I started. By the third one, or maybe I only got through halfway through the second one. I think it was the Bloody Wedding or whatever it's called that just was like, I can't do this anymore. Is the Bloody Wedding where like, oh god, I can't remember all that happened, but I remember it just, I felt, I don't know if sick is the right word, but just completely disturbed. Red Wedding. It's like, why am I reading something that makes me feel terrible? The things that they're doing to people, just, I can't. I read books for awesome stories and characters and overcoming the bad guy. I just felt dirty. The Red Wedding. That's in the 3rd book. Okay. One of the more brutal moments. Yeah, I don't. To me, that's what the entire books was boiling down to. It's just brutal moment waiting for next brutal moment. I'm afraid of when the next brutal moment that makes me feel horrible, uncomfortable, and like nothing good happens to any good people in this book, and I don't want to experience it anymore. Don't read 4 and 5. I won't like them. Oh, I haven't, and I never will. That's why I don't like people talk about how good the show was, even if it got terrible at the end. I'm never going to watch the show because it's just nothing redeeming about it to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can't write a good ending and it's just brutal moments, there's no draw for me at all for Game of Thrones. People can love it all they like. I'm just gonna say, cool, that's not for me. A lot to be said for happy endings. It's the reason that's what's popular for a lot of folks. They killed Sean Bean, poor guy. I know. I almost didn't even get into third and fourth book because in the first book, the only character that I thought had any sort of redeeming qualities was whatever his character's name is. Sean Bean's character. And he gets beheaded at the end of the movie, and I'm like, you killed off the only guy who's not a frickin' douchebag? What the hell is wrong with this author? And that was my reaction to reading the first book of Song of Ice and Fire, or whatever it is. It's like, you killed off the only character that I didn't hate. Guess I'll read more of this. Yeah, Eddard Stark, Steward of Gondor. George R.R. Martin doesn't know how to finish that series. It's never happening. The reason I like fantasy so much is that it takes you somewhere totally different. You don't need bleakness. There's enough in the world already. I'm with you. It's escapism. It's why I read fantasy, why I play video games, why I sometimes do D&D RP stuff. It's to get out of this mundane, shitty world, to wish I could fight dragons or use magic or save the princess, whatever it is. It's not to read about incestuous relationships and bloody politics and people backstabbing their best friends. That's definitely not the world I wish I lived in, you know? You had to stop midway through the fifth book because just you found that nothing was happening and the first character you were interested in, Arya, was getting almost no attention. Okay. Dragons and Princesses Saving are overrated. Just ask Mario. Only if she's in another castle. As long as she's in the castle, it's cool, you know? His death was the most shocking for you in the series. Well, Eddard Stark, because after he got killed off, you're just no longer surprised about all the other bad stuff. Well, it feels like the only thing George R.R. Martin seems to know how to do is... Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. That's probably too mean and judgmental, but... He just... Surprising deaths. He likes to surprise his readers by... Wasn't there some quote about him saying... Like, what would make his readers most angry? I'll do that. Or something like that. Or surprise his readers the most. Or be most shocking. Was there some quote about that from him? From George R.R. Martin? Time for you to go? Alright, we'll see you later. Zoli, have a good one. Maybe I've not walked out of a movie, but how many books have I walked out of, just never finished? Not many. But George R.R. Martin, Game of Thrones. There's a couple of Amazon fantasy series I started. And then I'm like, okay, I can see why hardly anybody's bought these. But I couldn't even begin to remember what those were. Most of the time I don't finish series because they're not finished being written yet. Any sci-fi fantasy buff will tell you, if you find a good series, you know what the worst thing about it is? When you find it and it just started. Because you know it's going to be 20 years till it's finished. You're going to have to wait 2 years between each book. And you're going to just hope the author doesn't die before the series is finished. Anyone else in chat? Raise your hand. Is this a fight? It's a fight. Tell me about it. That's right. That was the first series like that for me was Wheel of Time. And it's probably one of the most, you know, famous for not being finished, apart from, you know, Game of Thrones or something. Had to have another author to be finished. Luckily for you, The Expanse is finished. Nice. You were heartbroken when you found out Stormlight Archive isn't done. Well, you can rest assured that if there's one author who's good about finishing his books, it's Brandon Sanderson. That guy, I think one of the reasons he is one of the most popular authors, not necessarily because of all the stuff I talked about earlier. It's just that he writes so fast. There's always new stuff coming out. He's like the equivalent of the YouTube guy who like has a new video every day. He's got a new book like every other month. It's insane how fast he writes. Some good 60s sci-fi that holds up well. Not so much for fantasy, though. Rip Lane M. Banks, your favorite sci-fi author. Sanderson's very good at updating on progress of his books. He's like 70% through book 5. You need to turn Sanderson into a mortal cyborg. That's right. Or give his work ethic slash, you know, unending font of creativity to whoever your favorite author is who can't finish books. Whether that be George R. R. Martin or whoever. Alright, so am I going to use this crystal on the boss fight? Probably. Crystal thing, so I'll need power. Power value points, that's mainly what I want now. What I'm actually pretty interested in is one thing that's been slowing down Brandon Sanderson's writing lately, from what I've heard, is he has a Hollywood project, which I am super psyched about, because when you're in Hollywood, you have people helping you do the stuff you're not good at. So if Brandon Sanderson's not great at dialogue or prose or whatever, if he has a movie come out, he can write the overarching story, the amazing characters, all the stuff that he does well, and then have people who are good at the other stuff, you know, do the stuff he's not as great at. And also, I have a breach. Seeing whatever project he has on the big screen would be pretty cool, or on Amazon or whatever it's going to end up being. He's talked about he's got some Hollywood project now, which is cool. Yeah, a little annoying. Thankfully, if I had backup battery value, I probably having value points on this part of the ship is very important. So that might be the most important value point I get, is backup battery over anything else. So let's save for the 50 for that before I do any other upgrades there. Is my offense going to be good enough for this boss? I think so. Alright. 3 shields, a lot of pew-pewnage. I don't think I need to save drone parts, but I'll see what my first volley here does. Pretty good, pretty good. Because Brandon Sanderson is probably, apart from finishing off Wheel of Time, is probably most well known for his Mistborn series. So it'd be pretty amazing to see that on the big screen. Some part of a start to a Mistborn, either TV series or movie or mini series or something. For those who don't know, the Mistborn series, the magic system is people ingest small amounts of trace metals, and whichever metal you ingest gives you different powers, and it's really cool. It might be his actual best series, even though I love Stormlight Archive. Mistborn might be his best series, I don't know, but his magic systems are always so cool. Alright, there's that value point. Alright, we got all our value points. Cool. Wouldn't mind one more power before the boss fight. To have the crystal online without having the backup battery. Interesting magic substance, you say? The spice must flow. We're going to talk about magic systems in Dune. Man, I barely remember. It all felt so... I never understood what the magic system was in Dune. It just felt like he could kind of see the future, and he was a good fighter. So I don't really remember if there's anything beyond that in Dune. It wasn't really about that, though. It felt like it was more about the politics and religion and stuff in Dune. There is no magic in Dune. I mean, they see the future when they eat spice. It's magic, right? Spice is just space cocaine. So it's not real what they're saying, it's just all hallucinations? Is that what it is? When you do LSD, the colors begin having sounds. Okay, apparently that's what the magic is in Dune, huh? There. Okay. This is great. Going for some crew kills. Pop, pop, pop. Damn, I did a little too much damage. I think the fires were out though, so I don't know if I was going to get any more crew kills. You think it would work well as a movie for each book? Which one are you talking about? Wheel of Time or Alloy of Law or the Mistborn? Which one are you talking about? It's more like unlocking humans' full potential. Talking about the Mistborn original 3? Yeah, I could definitely see that as a trilogy for sure. Everyone can see the future when they ingest cayenne spice. The future is pain. The future is diarrhea. Welcome to the future. You signed up. No, I didn't sign up for this. Oh, yes, you did. That's what you signed up for. All right, boarding drone this phase. Nope, I don't even need to depower. The power of defense scrambler that we actually kept. There you go. Mr. Case. I kept the defense scrambler the entire run. That is my gift to you. Is that actually a gift? Not really, but you know.
What the hell? Oh, God, death by 1,000 fucking missiles.
Okay. I want to kill this guy. Good. Okay, there's another crew kill. These guys are on fire. See if I can get one more crew kill. Or two would be great. I think that kills the ship. Okay, that's fine. In the books, it's often referred to as the geriatric spice. Because all the old witches use it or something? I'll be honest, I read the first book a couple months ago. I don't remember anything about the later books, because even rereading the first book, I was like, okay, it is cool, but the weird religious stuff, not as bad as the weird sex stuff from some of the other books we were talking about earlier, but the weird religious stuff is still kind of like a little much for me. Can this ship counter Lanya's borders? I don't know. I sold the free scrap arm. I did. Dune is actually set in a post-AI apocalypse setting. You probably watched 200 to 300 of my runs, and I've still done thousands, of course. But you still can't stop tapping your foot to the boss music. All right, how do we deal with? We don't have borders, but we do have mind control. So the worst to be mind controlled is the Mantis. So let's put these two guys here. And these two guys here where I can vent them. And hope we get to just let a guy bang on the heel bay for a bit. 34 scrap gets me drone value point. Okay. Well, I have a horde pair drone. Let's use that. We have Zoltan. Yes, we do have Zoltan Shield blocking mind control. You're right. So now they'll just be in the bad systems. So I guess I should be prepared to vent them as quickly as possible is the only thing to do. Maybe we can get lucky and never have our Zoltan Shield get down, but that'll be... We'd have to dodge a lot of stuff. Dune is supposed to be Earth? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're saying about post-apocalyptic? Or post-AI apocalyptic? Or something else?
Why? He dodged and he fucking hit him! Come on, man!
Or am I misunderstanding that? Alright, maybe I can just get mind control down. That would be ideal. There we go. Don't even have to worry about it. Perfect. Oh, you shot my drone, bro. Hey, this might be a damageless boss fight. That looks like it is. Beautiful. GG cookie time. The NGE, I think this was. Otherwise known as the Rustbucket. Very interesting ship with two halves of the ship. Humans for one side, drones on the other. And never in between, never the middle shall they meet. However that goes. In Dune, no, Earth is long lost, but they fought thinking machines. They have been banished ever since. That's why they do all sorts of things to unlock human potential. Breeding, DNA manipulation, etc. Okay, alright. Don't think I ever got enough into the series to realize that. Alright, the Rustbucket. What a great name. Rustbucket. Alright, thank you, Mr. Keys, for that cool, fun, interesting ship design. Alright, so we definitely have time for one more run. We might go a little late, depending on how difficult the run is, but it is another ship from Fasto Golem, which means it might be a StarCraft ship. But before we do that, quick stand up and stretch break. Y'all feel free to grab a drink, grab a snack. Thank you for hanging out. Y'all are awesome. I love talking about sci-fi, fantasy, and all this other crazy stuff with y'all. See you in a bit, my friends.